Hello, welcome to ANS Solver. This is the first question of the paper. So they have given us a random variable x which has a Poisson distribution with the lambda of 5, correct? Now they are saying find the probability that x is equals to 2. So you need to know one formula, that is e raised to minus lambda into lambda raised to x over x factorial, correct? So now what I can do is I can simply substitute the values. I know my lambda is 5, okay? I know my x is 2, correct? So this is what I can write. So when I solve this on the calci, I get my answer as 0.0842, which is the final answer for part 1. Now, it is given that p of x equals to 1 is equal to the probability of x equals to n plus 1. Write down an equation for n. So what I can do is, because I wrote the formula here, that is e raised to minus lambda into lambda raised to x over x factorial, I can write this as e raised to minus 5 into 5 raised to n, because your x is n here, over n factorial is equal to e raised to minus 5 into 5 raised to n plus 1 over n plus 1 factorial. Okay, this is what I can write. So now what I can do is I've written an equation, hence or otherwise find the value of n. So now I can write the same equation as e raised to minus 5 into 5 raised to n over n factorial, which is equal to e raised to minus 5 into, I can write 5 raised to n plus 1 as 5 raised to n, correct, into 5 raised to 1, correct, because basic indices a raised to b into a raised to c can be written as a raised to b plus c, correct. Now this will be divided by, now how can I write n plus 1 factorial? I can write n plus 1 factorial as n plus 1 into n factorial. Agreed? For example, I can say 5 plus 1 factorial, which is basically 6 factorial. I can write this as 5 plus 1 into 5 factorial, correct? And when you do 6 factorial also, you get 6 into 5 factorial. So that means you can write this as n plus 1 into n factorial. So what you can do is you can cut e raised to minus 5 here, you can cut n factorial here, correct? You can cut 5 raised to n and basically 5 raised to n here. So you're left with 1 equals to 5 over n plus 1. So I can state that n plus 1 is equal to 5. So n equals to 5 minus 1, which is 4. Okay.